Hello and welcome to the Div C West All-Star Game. I'm Cody Kraz and with me here is Bickle. Whoops, this side. Bickle, how you feeling, man? You excited for this Div C West All-Star Game?
I'm super psyched. Just have all of Div C here. We got the West and the East All Stars coming together to put on a great.
Yeah, it's going to be great, and you probably will have a bunch of insights into some of these games. You especially are familiar with the West, but you probably saw a couple of these people from the East too on your way to the championship. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've played against everybody from the West side and a couple from the East side also in that grand finals,
Yeah,
which was honestly just an amazing.
yeah, it's super exciting. I've got to say, I'm enjoying the eye patch. I have my Iron Man mask here too. I forgot to put it on before the stream started, but happy Halloween to everybody watching. The teams here are ready. It sounds like we're all ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and start the game up and hop on into draft number one. This draft is going to be on Dragonshire for game one. That was chosen by Div C East. Maps banned were Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines. Bickle on Dragonshire, what kind of comps do you think these teams might be looking to run?
I think really you're going to look at that high priority in the solo lane. You really want to be able to hold that point up top so that your four man can make those stronger rotations and be able to possibly make a play for the Dragon Knight without having to worry about potential added pressure up top. But a team can also look to pick up one of those heavy rotation, potentially gank based heroes, such as the Zeratul, such as the Genji, to make that solo lane really have a lot of pressure going on.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to go ahead and hit start game so we can get
Sure
rolling
thing.
here. We,
Let's bring up game number one on Dragon.
yeah. So yeah, like you said, definitely looking at a strong four-man here. Do you have any predictions for who we'll see banned?
If I'm C East and I know Trabe's on the other side, I'm gonna ban Asmodee.
I agree. Espedan, strong on pretty much every map, um, but especially when Trade plays him, it's a thing to be feared.
Very true.
Yeah, I been playing a bunch of Asmodean. I kind of like the off-meta style, like the push build with the demon grunts you drop on stuff. But in terms of just winning team fights, you got to go with that Blackpool.
Definitely. Can be really strong that off meta build if there's just no response. It's just so hard to deal with that split push viability for when things are going on one side of the map, especially on the large maps. And the first ban we have here from C West is the Urel, such a menace on top point, just so hard to push off.
Yeah, absolutely. Choke all.
That's one way to start.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think an uncoordinated team coming into a choke all could be tough to deal with, and I think that's a smart ban just because Div C, you do see a decent number of chokealls here and there when people are trying to pull something out of their hat.
Definitely. And something to note, especially when you mention uncoordinated teams, these teams are put together of the all stars of C and E, well, of C East and West, so not necessarily on the same team. Both C East and C West do have teammates. I believe a square and four triangles and give me the D shield on C East, as well as Arrogant Nephilim and the Pathetic Wretches of C West. Both have two members on each team.
Yep, and you'll definitely tend to see that in an all-star game type situation too. The teams that do well tend to end up with more people on the all-stars. Not always, but it makes sense. Hopping back to the draft here, though, had a Diablo and a Murky ban. That's a Murky ban. Interesting. Is there a particularly ferocious Murky player on West, or are we just keeping the cheese out of the game?
Not that I know of. My guess is this is just we don't want to deal with cheese right now. So early Asmodan for trade. I think anybody could have seen that coming. And response, the strong tank, strong solo from the Johanna Blaze pickup. Blaze really good at that sustain up top. Going to be difficult to push off that top point. And we're going to have to see C West pick up a strong solo to be able to duel up there. Could possibly be an Althale or maybe a Dahaka for the global presence.
Yeah, I kind of like the Dahaka better of the two there, just because Malthael, like, Blaze is already kind of a big counter to Malthael with that bunker and team fights. I think Malthael may be a little bit stronger into a Yarel type solo laner. East coming in with
Gotta love it.
they got a game plan here, and they're sticking to it.
Cho and the photo, the Gall ban, just making sure.
Yeah,
But on the side of Sea West, we do have that strong healer in the Deckard Cain, likely for Captain Snail, and the Maiev picked up. I believe that's going to be Amiona playing.
yeah. Did did they forget that Mal'Ganis was? Can't be too safe, says Trabe.
Can't be too safe. Mal'Ganis, for those who don't know, isn't allowed in this matchup. They just want to be extra sure he doesn't.
Yeah, it's a reasonable fear. That dude, I've been watching people get wrecked left and right by that life switch ult. It's a lot of fun in quick match for sure.
Absolutely. And on the side of C East, we do get that Alex Strauza picked up. And I know that is really a specialty of that CE.
Yeah,
especially from who is it again? It's from Pandemonium.
Yeah, I think Alex Strauza, maybe not her best map, but if we're gonna see a Lifebinder Alex Strauza, it'll do just fine here. And even the 4-man, you might get the value out of Cleansing Flame. Got the Muradin and Dahaka here picked up in the final rotation from C West. Muradin, absolutely boss all around tank. And we do see the Dahaka for the top lane. Going to be able to maybe rotate a 5-man gank down to the bottom lane with some kind of global surprise.
Now we just need that last DPS for the side of C East. We already have the Rainer, and it will be the Kael'thas on the side of the Mage, looking to spread around those living bombs and get some good bursts from the Flames.
Yeah, I think these are two good comps. I really like the combination of Johanna and Kael'thas. You can kind of enforce the spreading of the living bomb with Johanna's Condemn, and then follow that up with a Blaze Stun, and that's kind of a team fight right in a package there.
Definitely. And with these drafts rounded out, Cody, who do you like here?
I'm partial to the draft of Div C East, except for the fact that Trabe's on Asmodean, and I think that's going to be a thing that won't happen again this entire series, because it's going to be banned for the rest of the time after Trabe rolls over him as Asmodean. What do you think?
I'm very much with you there. I've played against Trabe multiple times, and after game 1, you learn never to give him Asmodean again. So for that reason, and on top, I like the global presence of the Haka, and the control from the Muradin. I like the C West.
Yeah, I feel you. I think the Maiev with Asmodean too is kind of a neat. She's got the bouncy castle to group people up for his globes. She's got the tether to pull people in for those too. Could be pretty rude here.
A lot of coordination.
The other thing I have to ask, being how memey some of these just draft showings were, do you think we'll see a Haymaker Muradin, or are they gonna take the in-game stuff a little more seriously than some of them took the draft?
I think game 1, they're going to take it a bit more serious. Maybe as we go on, things get a bit more chaotic, as this is a best of 3. And to follow it up, we do have that meme game at the end, just to have some fun with. But I think game 1 is going to be a bit more.
Yeah. On the left side here in the blue, we have the West team. We have Johio on Dahaka, Trabe on Asmodean, Segatai on Muradin, Captain Snail on Deckard, and Amona on the Maiev.
And on the side of C East, we have Dr. C Jelly on the Johanna, Ace Thickmane on the Kael'thas, Pandemona on the Alex Strauza, I Make Memes on that Blaze, and Dark Shadow on the...
Yeah, team's coming out for a nice healthy brawl here mid. Living Bomb chunking out some heroes on the side of West. Segatai.
Definitely. Now, taking a look at some level 1 quests. Dear God Almighty, we have it. We have Convection on the Kael'thas.
I kind of like that, though. I think if East wants to win this game through the Asmodean, they might need that mid-game power spike from the completed Convection if they can get it before Asmodean gets all the way stacked.
I can definitely see that coming out. And just some other notes on the side. Laws of Hope for the Johanna. We have the Circle of Life Globe Quest for the Alex Strauza, Neural Stim Pack on the side of Blaze, and Veteran Marksman foregoing that Ace in the Hole for Rainer, looking for that just permanent spike as the game goes later, getting those procs from Ace in the Hole.
Yeah, taking a peek at just kind of the macro decisions here, we've got kind of more split setup from the side of West. East rotating that strong 4-man around.
Yeah, and up top, IMEC Names really pulling out strong. They're forcing the early tap out from Johio on that Dahaka. Now, Shrines have just popped, each looking to gain control. Dahaka gaining an early control on that top Shrine right now, as the 4-man just rotates back and forth. No one taking an early control.
Yeah, of note, Blaze did also just have to tap there. He had run out of mana, though his health pool was doing just fine. Brawl evolving.
Comes in from the Maiev. Blaze, I mean, Dahaka actually burrowing down, looking to get an early pick here.
Didn't have a tongue available for the Alexstrasza. I don't know if it was on cooldown still from top lane.
It's possible. But Raynor here actually in some trouble, a bit low, but the healing comes out from the Alexstrasza Dragon. Brings it in, and Blaze is actually going to look to rotate mid here to potentially grab an early Dragon, but we do have Muradin and Dahaka rotating to make sure that is not an early possibility.
Yep, excellent job. Aware rotation there from the two thick boys on the side of West. They stop the channel. Dahaka rolls top. He's ready to deny top once he finally rolls up there. Memes trying to channel through. Gets denied by the Muradin, but Muradin might die for this, and he does.
Yeah, it costs Muradin his life. Scroll comes out from one delay, and Dahaka grabs the top channel to stop that being a possibility. While Trade on the bottom on his Asmo channels the bottom tower, and now full control. Both shrines go over the side of C-West, but likely not.
Yep, not for long. They were down a Muradin after the exchange mid. Both teams do have their 4s online, though. Sudden Vengeance picked up there by the Maiev. I think this is a build I haven't really seen a lot on Maiev.
Neither have I. That is the explosion for the 5% max health after, I want to say it's half a second or a quarter of a second.
A third of a second. Nice round
That
number.
is very specific.
Yeah,
I'm just checking in on some quests right now. Muradin sitting at 5 stacks on his Stormbolt. He just hit one. Raynor sitting at 27 stacks on the Veteran Marksman, 11 on the Behemoth Armor, 11 globes for Alexstrasza. And as I'm talking, Muradin falls again to the...
Yeah, it was an excellent interrupt there by the Raynor, interrupting his Dwarf Toss. Brought him right down in the Kael'thas circle, and cost him his life again.
Kael'thas, he's looking to go mid and get this channel on the Dragon Knight. And with 7s, West isn't going to do much to stop this. And that is the first Dragon Knight of the game going over to the side of C.
Yep, but again, you have an Azmodan on the side of West. It's scaling. It might turn around eventually.
Definitely. A bit more of a late game comp coming in for C West. That Asmo currently sitting at 94 stacks. Trabe, I know he has mentioned before, he likes to be around the 200 stack at level 10. We'll see if he can meet up that pace. And especially with Bombardment coming online, a pretty good power spike for him with...
Yeah, just a real quick interesting thing here. Looking at the talent screen, I panicked. I thought I'd missed Kael'thas dying and losing his convection stacks, and I think just him going in the Dragon Knight made that stack read 0.
That is very possible, because now that you mention Michael, that is 0, but he hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
So DK gonna fall low here, down to 7%, 6.
Yeah, maybe a counter engage coming here. Amona just blinked forward and then didn't choose to do much with it. Teams are on even talent here now, though. Dragon has fallen.
And that was just a bug due to the Dragon Knight. KT's currently at 13 stacks on that.
Yep, so he's getting there. Keep playing safe, and he'll probably be there around level 10, maybe 12.
Possible.
So, of note, neither team has rotated towards mercenary camps just yet. Of course, as I say that, East decides it's about time to see some Siege Giants in the bottom lane.
Are they listening? Because I think they heard you.
They could be.
And as soon as that happens, West goes for theirs, bringing over the Asmo and the Maiev.
Yeah, teams decided it was time to play a little bit of a macro game since there was no other objective to be playing on the map. Makes sense. Muradin lands a Stormbolt there on the Raynor, followed up by a Drag.
On a note right now, after that first Dragon Knight, East holds about a level lead, about to hit the 10 mark. That's why West right here is looking to force that fight before it comes online. But it's a bit late now as those 10s are hit, and they decide to...
Yeah, looks like the 10s for East are going to be Blessed Shield, Pyroblast. Got the Life Binder, Bunker, and Rainer's holding his ult so far.
It could potentially be that Hyperion for extra push, which it ends up being.
There it is. What do you think about that here? I'm kind of wondering. I feel
can
like
understand it, though I would have personally liked the Raider for a bit more just overall team fight, though. If they're looking to snowball it here and get that push going, I can really understand the Hyperion.
yeah, and the other thing, I think he's, the Banshee lends you a lot when you're trying to pick up camps like this,
Definitely.
and he's probably their main camp taker on this team. Although if they keep rotating as 4, they might just always be kicking these camps as 4.
And now level 10 is hit for the side of C West. We have Maiev picking up the Warden's Cage. Adaptation for the side of the Haka, looking for that extra sustainability. Tide of Sin, looking to empower those globes for Asmodean. Avatar for the sustainability. And the Lornado on the side of Deckard Cain for that potential engage or disengage.
Yeah, and as you alluded to earlier, Trabe is right at about 200 stacks at level 10, so he's on course.
With the help of that spell aura, though, side of East does take down that bottom fort of C West. And C East, again, looking to potentially rotate there to grab that Dragonite. And with no one mid to stop this is going to be the Dragonite of the game going over to the side of...
Yeah, and they've already opened up that bottom lane. They have any trouble top lane, so I fully expect them to see if they can get bottom keep wall eventually with this after they take this mid fort.
Yep. And that is the 200 stack mark for Asmo, who has completed that Wrath, which really helps his build come online. Bombardment, doing that extra damage. And it will be mid fort falling with about 60% life still on that Dragon Knight. And they're looking to just keep pushing forward here a little bit, looking at that mid keep wall.
Yeah, there's the
but
bouncy
we do
castle.
The Hyperion along with the Warden's Cage and the Dragon, everything being popped.
Yeah, excellent Life Binder. Keeps the Rainer alive there. We have the defense coming online here. Asmodean shelling away with those globes onto the fight. But the Dragon Knight, so much sustain, keeping her team right alive on through it.
Adaptation pops there for the Dahaka. Murden gets punted away. Huge globe comes in. Alex Strauss is actually pretty low here, and the Fan of Knives takes her down. Looking to get Rainer next. The slow comes.
I can't believe Thickmane. Oh, I thought he was going to die at 19 stacks. That would have been tragic. Just barely made it on out. Stepping.
And Asmo does manage to chase down that Rainer from Dark Shadow. And now convection is completed. Pyroblast coming into the Maiev. Does she have her jump? She doesn't, but
Yep, she just has the health to sustain on. She's a pretty tanky assassin, all things considered.
Yep.
Still have an excellent turn here coming.
In. There's the jump. And Miona may be in trouble here on that Maiev, but now she gets out with a nice Storm Bolt from the Murden.
Yeah, there's that Avatar. Barely.
Oh, but Murden himself does fall here.
Yeah,
and
excellent turn.
BM spray coming out.
That's what I like to see in an all-star game. Got 13s online here for the East with their structure advantage. They've continued along this, I don't know. I feel like that's the fairly standard Flame Strike build from the Kael'thas, aside from the Convection. But this is their mid-game spike. I think this is where they win or lose the game.
Definitely. Going to look to push this advantage they have now. This 13 has just been picked up for the side of C West, though. It is the Shadow Armor on the Blink from Maiev. We get the Primal Swarm taking down that armor from the Dahaka. We get the Brutish Vanguard for the 25% health and slow on the Demon Warrior and Lieutenants. Healing Static for the Murden, looking to really get a lot more sustainable. And the Ancient Blessings for Deckard Cain. Such a power spike for that old man right here.
Yeah, Kael'thas just barely making this fight before things turned truly ugly. For East, there was a 4v3 there for a minute.
Shrine control going to be important here. Dahaka dealing with that Bruiser camp up top. Blaze pushing in that minion wave to mid, trying to get some damage on that keep wall. Hyperion comes out bottom.
Yeah, Lifebinder used fairly early.
Comes in, and Asmo goes down to that KT Flame Strike and Living Bomb damage, and Deckard falls.
Yeah, Lornado not really in time to break up that fight, and now we've got a 5 versus 3. Shrine's about to be, well, I guess nobody's top. They're going to go ahead and take a mercenary camp
And
bottom and maybe even try to push with some mercenaries bottom for keep.
Dark Shadow and Thickmane staying on Sagatai's tail here, trying to take him down, but Murden's Murden, and he gets out.
Yep, and not only that, his trade will heal him on up. He'll be just fine there. He has that third wind.
Meanwhile, Johaios staying top, taking advantage of the fact that Blaze showed bottom for that fight, pushing in a minion wave into that top fort to do a little bit of damage, and maintaining control of that top shrine. But 6 teams are here on the side of Division C East.
Yeah, just saw that.
Holy renewal for the extra heal on Johanna.
Here comes.
Fury of the Sunwell for that double flame strike.
Here's the Haka burrowing into the back line here. He comes out, gets the shield from Joanna, interrupts the tongue, and now excellent fight coming through. Lifebinder pops on Dr. Chelly. Globes sieging him out.
Asmo comes in, Chelly low, and so is Pandemona. Will the Hawk have a drag coming up here?
Oh, just didn't quite have it. Segatai stepping forward, takes care of the Rainer.
Memes takes control of the top shrine, allowing Thickmane to grab his 3rd Dragonite of the game.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to rumble that on towards top. Being down a person, I guess they decided they didn't want to overextend, throw their lead, so they're just going to open up the map a bit more and wait for their Rainer to respawn.
Yep. Asmo right now sitting at 353 stacks on that Annihilation, looking to hit that 400 mark where he caps out his damage. Murden at that 22 of 25 needed for the Pierce on his Stormbolt. And Rainer just stacking up Behemoth Armor and Veteran Marksman at 72 on a Veteran Marksman and 55 on that Behemoth Armor. For that extra, what's my math right now? 255? 260, I believe. No, 275 health.
Yeah, big scroll of sealing their lands, followed up by a globe. Starting to poke down the members of East as they roll forward here with this Dragonite. 15 seconds left on it. They're going to try to siege as much as mid-keep as they can safely.
Globe comes in, chunks Dark Shadow and Pandemona.
Now the retreat's on from East. Are they going to be able to get out? Excellent punt there. Should secure the retreat if that's what they intend to do.
Globe comes in, dismounts the Blaze. Amiona may be looking to engage here.
Yeah, excellent pathing there, dodging down through. They're going to retreat to the safety of their fort and be just fine.
Dahaka, though, is in trouble here.
Pops his adaptation. He's going to live. We have the Hyperion coming over the top. Power Blast rolling in. It lands on Segatai, but he has Avatar to keep him alive. Dahaka falls in the midst of that fight after spreading his Darkstorm all around, and now Captain Snail's caught a little far forward.
Snail's in trouble here.
Tornado not
looks like Amiona may be next. In comes the Johanna. She falls too.
Yeah, excellent fight there by East, recognizing that West was hungry for a fight, took it on their own terms, caught him with the engage, and really took that fight well. Now they're going to get a bottom keep out of it.
Notice, anytime Amiona goes in for that Warden's Cage looking to set it up, anytime she throws it down, Dark Shadow's there with that Hyperion, making them rethink that engage. Just trading those cooldowns.
Yeah, excellent plays, and that's why they're all-stars, you know? They're some of the best that Div C has to offer. Looks like we have Dahaka burrowing in on the backside, trying to punish and overextend.
Oh, down goes with the Flame Strike.
Plays.
Dahaka was here, and Dahaka was...
It's true, and kind of a throw type play, too, if it doesn't... You know, it's one of those plays where if you make it, then you're a god, and if you don't, now your team is shorthanded for another 30 seconds. Now you might have cost them another keep.
I guess so. Amiona comes in with a tether here, gets 3 on it. Lifebinder comes out on the Hail Toss. Dark Shadow falls first on that Rainer before the bunker.
Yeah, chunking out the bunker there. I make memes, working on the Muradin, keeping him locked down out of the back line. Amiona jumps forward.
With the jet propulsion. Amiona gets pulling with... Shrines are once again up. Dahaka is up now. His global should be off cooldown soon. And Rainer will be up in 30 at the Hall of...
Yeah, this is a slightly aggressive invade here from East. They do manage to pick up the siege camp. They are still short-handed, but they have 20.
Exactly. 20 just procs now. And that's when things get a bit scary again for C West as they're waiting for 20s of their own, but they don't want to willingly give up this DK, which would almost certainly be game.
Yeah, Asmodean is fully stacked at this point. So the longer this game goes, I think the more value the Asmodean does get. But they're pretty short-handed right now in terms of structure. Segatai may be in trouble here.
Is the jump out? Johanna engages with the condemn.
We've got a 5 versus 4
This is
now,
a
though.
5v4 right now with Blaze showing top.
Excellent Stormbolt on the Pandemonium. She gets blown up. Excellent coordination there from West. They have their
Top
5-man in the
there.
bottom.
However, Rainer's going mid. Dark Shadow is capping that DK, but Segatai brilliant there. Caps that bomb shrine, making sure that doesn't happen. Snail, though, eats a Pyroblast and is low.
Oh, step forward into the
Oh,
Flame Strike, and he gets blown away.
Flame strike.
Now it's a 1-for-1 trade after the excellent pick on the Alex Straza, and now East just stepping forward aggressively. They think they might be able to take this game right here.
Ohio going in there on the Dahaka. Eats a jet propulsion, burrows. He may be in some trouble there, though. And he will fall next.
Yep, 20 still not online for West, and I think this is the looking like the end here. Step forward. They drop the Warden's Cage. I'm going to jump it away.
And
They're
there
trying to
again is the
delay. Yeah, you're right. The Hyperion is getting a lot of value. Oh my gosh, Trade lived with 10 HP there.
And now C East backing up, looking to cap that bottom shrine and head for that mid DK, which will likely bring an end to this game.
Yeah, it was an excellent delay from West. They bought a bunch of time. They do still have their Asmodean up. Good body blocks here from I Make Memes.
Segatai gets the delay down to half health. Blessed Shield comes out and comes to condemn. Jet propulsion.
Yeah. Teams are
DK
looking...
goes over.
Yeah, go for it.
DK goes over to the side of C East as they just push straight in. This time with Dark Shadow in that DK. Thick Mane staying out for a bit of extra damage from that.
Yeah, can you remind me, are C Jelly and I Make Memes on the same team?
C Jelly and I Make Memes, I don't believe are. No, I Make Memes is with Dr. C Jelly is on the side of give me the D shield with Pandemona. Dark Shadow is in the square and four triangles with I Make Memes.
Gotcha. Amona trying to get away. She's going to eat a Pyroblast here, and that'll be the end of her. Dragon Knight is sieging away on the core. Maev falls to the Pyroblast there. Segatai gets punted away. Core is at 50% and falling. Sea Jelly stepping forward in the in the Gifted Life circle there from the Alex
Huge
Straza.
dunk comes out from Asmo, but
Oh,
he will fall. Only Captain Snail and that Deckard Cain standing as this court falls, and game number 1 goes over the side of the C East All-Stars.
yeah, that was an excellent back and forth game, though. I mean, East was fairly in control of the macro game after taking the early Dragon Knights, but a fun game to watch nonetheless.
Very much. And even though his team loses, I gotta call out Trabe's numbers, topping both teams in damage, sitting at 118,000, and topping his team in Siege and XP soak.
Yeah, strong game from him. I'm surprised that Rainer's got a boatload of damage, too. It's just absurdly high numbers, especially without the Rainer's Raider.
Definitely. And I think a lot of it can go to that veteran marksman, which had been stacking up. I didn't catch an end number, but I imagine it was pretty high with that bonus 0.75% after each proc.
Yeah,
Likely hitting hard at the end.
for sure. Showing the talents here, we did have that, non-standard build from the Maev. I guess I haven't seen enough of Amiona's games to know if that's what they normally build. Other than that, things looking pretty standard on the side of West. Do you have anything you want to note on East?
Only? A bit on East. The one thing I want to mention on West is Dahaka going with the Symbiosis on 7 over the Feeding Frenzy, which did limit the potential for drags, but he did have that Dark Swarm up quite a bit more. Possible pro-con there would have just been better sustained in lane potentially against the Blaze.
Yeah,
But
that's...
on the side of C East. Let's take a look here. Aside from Pyroblast at 1 and 20 for the KT, potentially just looking to burst there, this looks pretty standard from the side of uh, C East, except for the veteran marksman over the ace in the hole on 1 and the convection for Kalefoss.
True, yeah. Could you do me a favor and talk to someone on East and find out what map they would like to play for round 2?
Sure thing.
Also, quick shout out. We got a bunch of people in chat. I'm sorry, I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to that. We've got Caboose, Nikki Santoro, Zul Rules, Grogman, Serenian, Bayonetta, 2D Moss. All right, guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Div C West All-Star Game. We're about to be going to Game 2 here. We are working on getting that set up.
Yep, just sent a message over to Dr. C Jelly and see where they want to.
Yeah. Other than that, let's talk Mephisto. Have you had a chance to, or sorry, not Mephisto, Mal'Ganis. Have you had a chance to play around with him much yet?
A little bit of play, and I can say he feels pretty damn strong. Both his ults feel really impactful. It's fun to mess around with the dart conversion for that HP swap. If you can get it off, feels really strong. Both ults, I think, sitting at like an 80-second cooldown, but I think right now he's a bit overtuned, and I expect to see his Batman build drop a bit.
Yeah, I assume that's referencing the blind as a bat, which is a ton of fun to watch and yell at people trying to do it. But I think,
and we do have a map pick from the side of C East. Game number 2 will be played on Tomb of the Spider.
Excellent. I do enjoy a good game of Tomb of the Spider Queen. Would you mind setting up the lobby for that while I change up my slides?
Right now.
Awesome. Thank you. Toss up. Let's see. This one. I need to say this. And yes, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Definitely known for its tight lanes. Very easy rotations between top and mid. And top lane, you want to have some sort of boss control usually, since top lane, the alternate victory condition is just take that boss in top lane and shove it down the core. I imagine an Asmodean ban is incoming. How do you feel about that?
I very much expect that.
Yeah, any other heroes you think are particularly impactful on this map?
On this map in particular, I could see a continuation of that Urel ban. Wanted to get rid of a strong solo. You could always go with those standard bans of that Genji, of that Maiev. Both have been strong. Not the most success from Maiev last game, but it is still a potential ban.
Yeah, and I do think it is maybe a strong... I think Maiev is an absolutely strong pick on Tomb of the Spider Queen. With the aggressive rotations, you find somebody slightly out of position and you absolutely punish them for it. I think
Definitely.
maybe even a more off-meta pick like Valera could get some kind of value doing something like that too. I don't know that any of these teams play it, but being a, for fun all-star game, we might see some more wild picks like that.
Definitely possible. And looks like we got both teams in here. I'm going to see if they're ready.
Yeah, quick shout out to Caboose, Lintos, and Pandemona. Thank you guys for the follows. That's awesome. Thank you so much. We're making sure the teams are ready here. More people showing up in chat too. Bashing Yetis, Miss Camino, and let's see, Cavill at rest, maybe?
Who knows?
Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah, other than that, I definitely expect to see more Deckard. I expect probably to see Alex Strauss again if it's not banned. I honestly, aside from the Asmodean ban switch up, I don't know that East will change up their ban strategy too much after how last game went for them.
I don't think so. The question is, will they continue? Will they actually start banning, or are they just going to keep banning out that cheese like that Cho'Gall? Like,
Yeah.
all right, seems like both teams are ready to go.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
All right, let's get into game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, East is up 1-0 in this series. It is a best of 3 if you're just tuning in. We are on a 2-minute delay, so we will be maybe trying to make a bit more effort to talk to chat, but we have a game to cast, so we'll just do it when we happen to notice it. Now's a great time, though, to be chatting with us.
Well, seems like West doesn't want to deal with Kael'thas again.
Can't say I blame him one bit. It's a completed convection build. Pretty rude.
And there's the Asmo. Trey, just please no.
I'm just... the in-game chat, I don't know that I really want to share that with everyone at home, but I'm hoping you're seeing that.
And there's a Johanna ban. Just everything from last game getting banned out. West saying no to the KT, no to the Johanna. Really giving those props over to Ace Thickmane and Dr. C Jelly. While East banning out the Asmo of Trabe, and let's see what their ban number 2 is.
I'm rooting for Murky ban again, but we'll see.
I'd be happy with it. It'll be the Rhaegar, actually.
Huh.
Do they know something we don't?
They must, because I don't know anything that would make me think it was time to ban a Rhaegar.
Alright. We get a Tyrande first pick from the side of CUS.
Yeah, after a
there's potential. I know one of their players really wants to play something with the Tyrande opening. It's a potential pick, and I hope she gets it because I know she loves it. But we'll see.
That's exciting. I'm kind of rooting for maybe like a Zul main tank type setup.
Alex again in the Yrel.
Yeah, I think Yrel's a good solo laner. I think maybe she gets slightly less value on this map than on some maps where there's like really one place where you have to stand strong. But it's just it's hard to argue with a bomb solo laner that just doesn't get beaten in the solo lane, really.
Yeah, and just a solo laner that you can't exactly gank that much. We get the Jaina and Sonya coming in. Sonya against Yrel. That is a lane I give to Yrel, personally.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even after the mana nerfs to her, I think she's still stronger than Sonya in the lane. Sonya does bring a surprising amount of burst to a team fight with that ancient spear into the back line, and then just spins around, siphoning off health from everyone that's going to be in the Alexstrasza circle of healing. So I think it's a good pick.
And we do get the Cho'Gall ban from the side of C East, not wanting to deal, well, seeing the potential DPS and a tanker left open, potentially fits the place there. And we do get the Zul'jin Tyrael on the side of C East. God, I love Tyrael.
Yeah, I love Zul'jin. I am worried there's not going to be a tank on the side of West. Just looking at, they banned 2 of the best tanks without
and there's the Zul.
Yeah, this is absolutely, yeah.
And it's White Mane, yes. Now, I'm saying this because if I'm thinking right, this is Amiona on the White Mane. She's been begging to play a DPS White Mane this entire season, and my team never let her.
That's exciting. Also, Zul main tank. Definitely seeing it more often on this map than on other maps. He brings you the wave clear. He brings you the engage with the bone prison. And I do like there's a whole bunch of CC and damage here between the bone prison, the...
Oh dear.
Holy shit. That's a lot of scaling on the side of East. The memes...
Very much so. The scaling from Zul'jin and from Butcher. Late game, that's going to be terror.
Yeah. So Zul level 1 here, probably going to go with the... it doesn't blind you, it just makes your auto attacks miss.
Yeah. I believe that'd probably be the pick here for Segatai.
It's got to be. But man, so this game, look for early strong engages from the side of West, but if the East can make it through towards level 20, or just get good scaling stacks throughout the game, I worry that they could end up being a terrifying force in the late game. Who do you have to win this matchup?
I love what West has with that Zul main tank and the double support. But against Tyrael Butcher Zul'jin, I just love what East has. So I got to go with East here.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I think this West comp, it's so much burst damage, and they've got enough CC I think to get away from the Butcher if they need to. We'll see. I guess
Especially with the slows from Jaina available.
So if you're Butcher, who are you looking to really try to blow up here if you're on the side of East?
I'd probably say maybe the Jaina? Maybe the Tyrande? Because, Zool actually not going into that dodging basic attacks, instead going with the backlash for even more.
Well, it's bold.
But
I like it.
Definitely. As we get into game number 2 here, on the side of C West, we have Amiona on that white main, Trabe on the Jaina, Sagatai bringing out the main tank Zool, Johio on the Sonya, and Captain Snail wrapping it up with the Tyrande for a double support.
Yeah, the first engage there was on the I Make Memes. Zirel, though, plenty tanky to get on out of that. She is on the Urel there. Ace Thickmane is on the Butcher. Sea Jelly on the Tyrael. Dark Shadow on the Zul'jin. And Pandemona on the Alexstrasza on the side of the East. Level 1 talents. Anything surprising to you?
Level 1 talents? With the Moonlit Arrows from Tyrande, not going with the Celestial Attunement to get rid of those stuns or slows or silences. And Righteous Flame doing the extra damage with that Searing Lash from the white main.
Oh man, so here's I don't actually know the answer to this. Does the mini cleanse from Tyrande, would that break you out of the Butcher ult, the chain to the post?
I believe it would bring you out of the Land of the Slaughter.
Land of the Slaughter, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's maybe a mistake at level 1. We'll see how that ends up going.
And on the side of C East, nothing too surprising here on level 1 talents. We do get the Bone Slicer for Zul'jin with the Grievous Throw restoring mana. And
yeah,
definitely going to have to keep an eye on these stacks for both Butcher and for Zul'jin as this game goes on. The higher those numbers, the more dangerous this comp becomes.
Yeah, there's a Bone Prison landing on Sea Jelly. It's going to be just fine, though. Though they're punishing that circle with the Jaina Blizzard.
Yeah, definitely good moves here. Sonya rotates up, lands a spear, and just starts spinning.
Jelly not going to make it on out.
Huge Lunar Flare comes out, takes down the Tyrael.
Yeah, in the bottom lane there, though, Urel is going to pick up that Siege Camp uncontested, I do believe.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. She doesn't have a lot of clear.
That is true. Urel, not the best camp taker here.
Very true.
We do get level 4 coming online for both teams. Nothing too surprising coming in from either side here. Indulgence in the white main, and Zul'jin goes down up top, but it looks like Sonya may be falling in bottom. But that spin gets her out at about 300.
Yeah, Sonya, tough to take down. That movement speed on the spin to win. Tough to deal with. Pandemona, though, stuck out too far. Eats a Lunar Flare. Is going to fall here to the Bone Prison combo.
Very much so. And this wave clear from the side of C East just so heavy with that Zool, with the Jaina, and with that Sonya.
Yeah.
With the double support, you're really lacking in that wave clear, but the Zool makes up for that in spades.
Absolutely. I do like the auto attack build coming through from the Zul'jin. I think it's going to be excellent to help wave clear in the early game when they're, not scaled quite yet. But I don't know if it's going to be...
have enough gems from the side of C West to get that turn in.
Yep, and we're close on the side of East.
Has it as well.
Yeah, I Make Memes making moves to try to get a turn in. He gets denied by Amiona there. This DPS white main, how are those numbers looking so far? She's competitive in damage.
Yeah. She's just happy she gets to play the white main. Root comes in on a Tyrael. Butcher charges in, hits that Jaina. And it's like she never got hit. A huge Lunar Flare comes out, takes down Thickmane and that Butcher, dropping down some stacks there, and forcing out the Dragon from Pan.
Yeah, Dragon doesn't come through in time. Butcher caught out trying to engage onto the back line. Typical Butcher, smelled the fresh meat, went ham, got turned into fresh meat himself. Seven's online here on the side of West. Standard build still coming through for the Jaina. You have the Harvest Vitality on Zul to try to sustain him through some of these team fights.
That's really where that tank Zul comes from, that ability to sustain at 7, along with the attack speed at 13, I believe it is. And we do get the fanatical power for that spell power on the White Mane, looking to do a bit more damage with their Searing Lash and buff up those healing numbers a bit. And now 7 is hit also by the side of C East. We get Vicious Assault for the increased duration on the Grievous Throw mark and the extra bonus damage. And we get Meat Shield for the extra spell armor from the Ruthless Onslaught by Butcher.
Interesting. Yeah, we had a 3-man gank attempt on Yrel, and she didn't even lose a quarter of her health in the bottom lane there.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're right. Johio gets the turn in bottom and brings in those blue web weavers. However, spinning in on this thick man here. Johio, though, Ben Low jumps in from the Yrel.
Yeah, Dark Shadow was shelling away at low health from the north side of that fight, but he finally got recognized by Trabe, shoved off with a Frostbolt, and now we have a Blizzard landing on Thickbane. Thickbane can drop low here, might just barely make it out of this fight.
Lunar Flare nearly connects, but in the end doesn't, and we have Zul just staying mid, clearing out that Bruiser, and just...
Yeah, so now it's up to pretty much Zul'jin is the main wave clear here, and let me tell you, that's not a ton of wave clear. Even with
that is one thing that really hurts C East here, is it's really down to that. Zul'jin to clear it out, Butcher relying on being in melee with those web weavers. Root comes in up top, and Butcher
makes it out with about half health. Johio stepping forward past the keep aggressively, though, misses the Ancient Spear. Excellent side dip there by the Thickmane. Now charging onto Jaina. He's gonna fall, I think. Excellent save by Jelly.
He actually gets out with that swift retribution from the Tiri.
Sweet play by Jelly there.
And level 10s do come online for the side of C West. We get the Divine Reckoning for White Mane. We get Ring of Frost from Jaina. The Skeletal Mages for that slow from Zul. Wrath of the Berserker foregoing the leap for that extra damage and lower on the CC for the Sonya. And Starfall for the Tyrande.
Yeah, I like Wrath of the Berserker a lot here. I think that, oh boy, got the Lunar Flare landing on Dark Shadow. We have the Scarlet Divine Reckoning, and it drops the Zul'jin.
Reckoning, though, does take down the Zul'jin.
Root on Jelly to keep him out of the fight on the north side there. Alexstrasza keeping her, the rest of her team healed up. They're able to repel the forces of West. Let's wait for Zul'jin to respawn and try to get a turn of their own. But there are enough gems here on the side of West to get a turn in.
Yep, and it looks like I Make Memes is going to get that turn in. Johio not there to interrupt it.
Yeah, Ring of Frost
comes in up top.
Thickmane gets blown up before the Lifebinder can complete.
Able to save the life of Butcher.
Jelly
Spear comes in and just knocked back.
Shadow chunking out his own health to try to get the auto attack speed. West wakes that out, and now they're sharking around, looking to maybe step forward.
And we do have level 10s coming online for the side of C East. We get Land of the Slaughter, that Silence and Chain for Butcher. We get Ardent Defender looking to not get blown up for the Yrel. Taz Dingo going more into that auto attack build for the Zul'jin. Sanctification, a huge luxury here now to try and cancel out that blow up for Imperial, and the Lifebinder as we saw earlier for the side of the Alexstrasza.
Absolutely. Zul'jin getting a bunch of value out of his Voodoo Shuffle talent there at 4 too. Every time they try to land a Bone Prison on him, he just walks out of it, chuckles.
Yeah. Sonya though taken down bot as Butcher and Yrel are down there to push it in.
Jelly's going to back for mana. He's holding enough gems for a second turn in here to try to snowball it, get them caught up, maybe even take the lead into 13. We'll see if they're able to keep the turn in away from West, though. A lot of members rotating bottom.
They have the ability to turn in here, but Thickbane and Memes pushing in bot a bit hard. Jaina Shark around top looking for that turn-in just to get it going.
Yeah,
Looks like no one there to interrupt it. It will be a turn-in going over the side of C West.
Yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate rotation from East. Segatai getting chunked out here by the Zul'jin, though, and he's getting pretty stacked.
Zul'jin currently at 21 stacks. Out of that, I think how many was it? 50?
It goes to 30, and then it infinitely scales
Okay.
past there. But at 15 bonus damage or whatever. Or no, sorry. Dark Shadow getting engaged on here top. Gets a life binder. Pops Ha's Dingo. Chunking away. We have
Huge
the
ring comes out though with the Celestial, with the Starfall and Divine Reckoning come out. Just huge burst damage from the two supports there.
Yeah, a lot of angry circles, and Jelly Sanctification wasn't enough to keep him alive through it. And now the push is on top, and this is looking like it might be a keep. That Web Weaver is still super healthy in the top lane.
Root comes in on Pandemona. She backs out. She's a bit low there. Has to pop her own abundance, boost herself back up.
I really like how things are looking for West. They've got a lot of pressure here in the top lane. I think they might even get this keep. And
I think you're right here. This Web Weaver's at about half health, and this keeps just going down.
Yeah, and they can see the Urel pushed out in the bottom lane. If they find a kill here, they might go core. They might also just take the boss immediately afterwards.
Urel actually falls. It's a huge number of gems, but Butcher is able to pick them all up. And it will be the first keep of the game going over to the side of C West.
Yep, and now it's time to go boss. Oh, Dark Shadow steps too far forward. They might pick him up. Ancient Spear lands. There goes Zul'jin. Now it's boss o'clock.
Very much so. It looks like C East. Actually, will they get it in time? Because Butcher's turning in bottom.
Oh!
Boss aggroed in time as Hitman gets that clutch turn in to stop the boss.
Yeah, rough stuff. Trabe needed to be willing to throw out a Frostbolt or two there to aggro the boss. Thickmane almost gets denied the back, but these Web Weavers aren't going to get a ton of value other than the turn-in denied boss and potentially gain there. So
yeah. Bottom just being de-pushed, first priority here. That already up at the 4. Both teams at that 13 talent right now. Nothing's sticking out too much. We get the root from White Mane, the attack speed for Zul.
yeah, this bottom to top lane of rotation is going to work out for West if they can command a fight here. We have the Land of the Slaughter landing on Urel.
Silence onto Sonya, but Sonya's living for a bit.
For a bit. Jelly eats a bone prison here. He's going to be alright. Butcher charges in on Captain Snail.
Butcher root comes in by the White Mane.
Ardent Defender popped.
Ardent Defender.
Sonya the only one to fall in that fight, but good news for East. That means West isn't going to be looking to boss right immediately after these Web Weavers. And they get mid and top forts.
Butcher charging in on the Sonya and falls to that Tyrael jumping in also. And it looks like White Mane will be next here.
Yep, this is showing the.
I think you spoke too soon about the potential boss.
Well, I was mentioning West picking up the boss, but now it looks like East could go boss if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So one issue with running the solo tank Zul is your peel is definitely not quite what it could be if you had a real full tank. Meme's getting bone prisoned on. Sonya lands the Ancient Spear. But there's a whole lot of heroes there. There's an aggressive counter engage from West, and it looks like it's not going to pay off.
Charge in forces out that shield. Now, Zul'jin has finished that you want Axe Quest, currently sitting at 34 stacks, Butcher at the 178 of the 200 he needs. 16. And it looks like C West is. I mean, C just go for a turn in here. All of C West is back up. And just going for the turn in over the boss.
No, Dark Shadow's looking to aggro that boss as soon as they get that turn in, I think. Thickmane.
Yeah, they're going for it.
That's a bold call. Yeah, they've backed off it. They saw the engage maybe coming from West. They're going to play it safe.
Jaina here and Sonya.
Here comes the engage on the Segatai. Drops the Lamb to the Slaughter. He's silenced. They got the Bone Slicer flying around. Jelly dropping low. Did not pop Sanctification in time.
That was a lot of dangerous circles that just went boom.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
I'm sad. I don't know if as Thickmane falls here, I don't know if the Tyrael got stunned or why the Sanctification didn't come through, but that was like
I don't know. The Sanct would have been so important there.
it had
And
been
it looks like
yeah,
C West just saying, you know what, fine, we're just going to take the game. As
yeah.
they push in top here, look at it just end.
We want maximum hots, so I'm fine with game 3.
Yeah, very much so. I'm not going to complain about a game number 3.
Yeah,
And this will be game number 2, going over to the side of C West most likely. Dark Shadow coming in a little bit. Snail falling a bit low here, actually.
Yeah, Dark Shadow chunking out on that Zul'jin. He does have Taz Dingo available. He pops it. Core is the 30% and falling, but there's the Sanct. Zul'jin just absolutely popping off here. He wiped the entire team basically by himself.
Wow.
That was an awesome defense.
Very much so. And they still got to push in coming mid. This could be...
Yeah, maybe game back the other way. Maybe we spoke too soon.
Yeah, as mid keeps going to fall here, and it looks like they're just charging it.
Bottom keep should fall too. There's no...
Yeah.
Of note, there's no catapults here for East. So they're going to have
That
to
is
put
true,
out a
but
lot of
down
damage.
Wave, they're just... Looks like they're setting their sights on just going double keep here.
Yeah, if they
Not
aren't
going
looking...
for the core.
If they aren't looking to end, someone's going to have to back soon because there's catapults in that top lane pushing towards
It
the core.
looks... Are they trying? Ooh, Root comes in on the Tyrael. But
It looks...
they do end up backing out. Just a lot of minions here, doing some damage to the core, but just down to 89%.
Yep, and this is definitely a thing where you can tell the teams don't necessarily play together all the time. Jelly looked like he was positioned like he wanted his team to come core. Everyone else was like, but we're dying in the top lane. And so they back up. They play the safe play. They're now ahead in structures fairly handily. You know, they still have forts on their side in the 2 lanes. They don't haven't lost a keep.
Yeah, very much so. One advantage here for C West is they are down 2 keeps. However, the 1 keep advantage they do have is in that top lane. So they do have catapult pressure there, and it is a boss lane if they could ever potentially get. However, both teams did have a full wipe, so neither team has any gems really built. But level 20s are here on the side of C East. We get the Slaughterhouse for Butcher.
Yeah, it's a team
Forest
fight winning ult.
Medicine coming for Zul'jin. Holy Arena for the Tyrael. And Ritual of Life, the triple lifeline for Alex Straza.
Also,
right now holding that cooldown.
It is raining bits over here. Thank you so much, Roth G and Moist Weenus. We have...
Hey, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Super appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying this Div C West... Div C All-Star game.
Johio getting aggressive here.
Excellent Sanct
the
there.
Comes in, completely nullifies
Oh
the
god,
ring.
Slaughterhouse.
In comes the Slaughterhouse.
Oh, Zul'jin just blasting people away. That Slaughterhouse was
4,
so hot.
5, ladies and gentlemen, that will be game.
Yeah, we might have called game before, but this I've never been sure of a game in my life. This is
Yeah.
Look at all these lanes. There's cats and mercenaries in the other 2 lanes. There's a boss coming down top.
Katas, Siege Camp, Bruiser Camp, Boss, 5 members, no one defending. This is game if I've ever seen game.
So red. Jesus, Bicor.
Yeah. Wow. What a comeback from C East there.
Yeah, it was wild. It was like they were winning, and it was so back and forth. They yeah, the big comeback, obviously the core deep push there.
Yeah.
But oh man,
That was something. What a comeback.
yeah, looked like West
And-
definitely got punished for their lack of peel. That Butcher engage was real tough to handle, and the final Slaughterhouse there saw a bunch of people grouped
that was-
up and just
That was beautiful.
yeah. That all is so fun. I don't know how much Butcher you play, but it's one of those like dirty, pleasure heroes. When you get them in an ARAM or something, oh my gosh, so fun in the right circumstances.
That was just satisfying to see him.
Yeah, and honestly, not bringing a ton of damage to the table overall, but the impact in the team fights. You know, that stun, the panic when you hear fresh meat. You know, it's just the bell starts dinging and everybody starts to try to scatter. It's it paid off, even though the damage numbers aren't there. Zul'jin putting out tons of damage, especially at the end once he was stacked, just shelling away with those axes in the team fights.
Oh, very much so. I think shout out MVP of that game has to be Dark Shadow. That Zul'jin just chunking everybody as he stacks up, ending the game with 80k damage and 100k siege damage. Top on his team both.
Yeah, for sure. Damage White Mane, a lot of fun to play. It didn't quite carry the day here, unfortunately, for Amayona. Hopefully, they had fun playing it though. I do, I do really like that Zul'jin build is my favorite build. I know it's maybe not the best build, but it pretty much doesn't matter what you're attacking. The health bars go down really fast when you get to attack things. Other than that, Butcher really hard into the relentless charge, relentless onslaught build. I don't see that a whole lot. It's kind of interesting.
Not so much.
Anything
I think
else
the
catch your
meat
eye?
shield was a nice adjustment. He noticed that every time he was charging, Jaina just dropped a blizzard.
Yeah, that's very true. Excellent reaction because you pretty much.
Yeah. And that will be the best of 3 going over the side of C East. However, we do have one game left.
Yeah, we're done with the best of 3. Trabe just whispered me. They talked with the WAST team, and Garden is going to be our funsies map.
Ooh.
We are going to have a meme game for you all. So
we will be going to Garden of Terror, and just some notes for some people. So I think it's going to come up in draft, so there's no questions right now. Mal'Ganis, not allowed in the best of 3, is allowed in the meme.
yeah, so Garden Terror. This is a reworked map. It's now sort of Cursed Alterac Pass, or something like that. Uh, the objectives now spawn with the what are they called? It's not the Garden Terror. It's the little dude, Sproutlings or something.
I think so.
But anyway, so they spawn around a tribute type object. You channel that. If you get 3, you get the Garden Terrors that spawn in the lane. They drop their plant. It locks down a fort. Being that this game hasn't been an NGS, or this map hasn't been an NGS rotation, I don't really know what to expect here. Do you have any idea about?
No clue, and honestly, I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I think Murky could get decent value on this map, given that it's a sort of large map. And just anytime you have an objective where people definitely have to fight over it, if you can pull someone away from it to fight your Murky, you're very happy about that.
Very much so.
Let's see, other heroes that, maybe non-standard. Abathur. I know that's not really a meme hero, but I think I wouldn't mind seeing like an Abathur Illidan type composition. That could be kind of a fun blast from the past. We already saw Butcher, so that's off the list. Sylvanas. That could be a thing.
Ooh, that could work. And some more things that we haven't seen. Cho'Gall potential.
Yeah, personally, I hope they don't go Cho'Gall. I think that either demands kind of a real response or just the game kind of ends. Although he's not quite as strong as he used to be. They took away that unstoppable at 16.
That is true. Some talking NGS going. Pandemona unsure, are we just going meme with the map, or are we going full meme comps? Trade responds, based on what we're thinking about doing, I'd suggest you go with some meme here. That sounds good, coming from the side of C West, and let's see what C East has to bring. There's both teams in.
Yeah. You have first draft. Yeah, coin toss sounds great to me for first draft team.
Yep.
Let them figure it out. Thank you so much, Moist Weenus. Grace Kath, he says, great gasting, gentlemen. Happy to have you here, Weenus. You're the man.
Hey, Weenus.
He's also excited that you have the eye patch.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to come up with other meme heroes I would be excited to see played in a semi-coordinated setting like this.
Let's see. Coin flip is going to be coming in. Benefits the side of the East, as C East will get first pick, first ban on Garden of.
And that's fitting. They won the series in the All-Star game. They get rewarded by the RNG.
Very much so. Let's see what we have coming in.
All right.
No Cho'Gall.
I'm okay with that though. Like I said, I think he.
Same.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, there it is.
Teams are on the same page. Didn't want to have a one-headed angry ogre running around. We just removed both sides just in case.
Let's see what we got going on now. We get the ogre out. Let's see what the bans are. And
what the Gazlo.
Ooh, I'd like to see a Gazlo. No Ana coming in. Ana banned out. Wanted to potentially avoid some nano boosted targets.
I think that's fair. That's she's a lot of fun to play though. You know, she's the nano boost has some really interesting effects with heroes like Murky or Malthael or people who already have kind of short cooldowns that just go insane with the CDR and spell power.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of heroes we don't see too often that we'd like to see, I want to see Zagara banned out.
Sorry, could you say which hero you want to see again? It cut out on my side.
I'm looking at a Nova.
Oh, yeah. Yes!
Hey, the clamps!
Give him the clamps! I'm very... Yeah, Gazlo, fun hero to play in quick match. Trabe is... looks like he might be mad that Gazlo got taken away from him. It's okay, they've left Murky on the table.
Be the one to give us clamps.
I mean, everybody should have been, hammering first pick Gazlo. Yes, you called it.
I'm happy. You get a Nova Karazim.
Nice. I really enjoy playing Karazim. I'm not much of a support player, but when you can get in there and just...
That's too meta for me. Uther. Please let this be tank Uther.
Oh, it's absolutely main tank Uther. There's no question in my mind.
Very much so. Let's see what the East and West come out with bans here. Right now, I'm leaning towards the West. One, they gave me a Nova. And two, Toronto's a bit too meta for my...
Yeah, but what if she, doesn't... I guess, is there a non-support build for her anymore? Can she... she used to have that crazy owl quest.
Really? I mean, unless she goes with some owl talents, and even that's still... Basically, we'll have to judge it by the build.
We'll see. But I mean, to be fair, Karazim fairly meta too in certain dive comps. He's a real pick. 7-sided strike is pretty rude if you isolate a target.
True. Let's see what we got coming out for West here. 2 more picks. Junkrat?
But
Diablo.
That's...
Dude. No. Where's the memes?
Wait,
Triple
is this...
Support.
It might be quadruple support Gazlo. That is... Yes! Yes!
Quad support Gaz. Dr. C. Jelly on our page here. Where are these memes? That looks like a viable comp on the side of WAC.
Yeah. This is, Our Dibbles is level 2.
Oh, God. Oh, is this Amiona on the Diablo?
Alright, we got some Vikings. Alright.
Alright.
This may be just memey enough. I do love quad support Gazlo, so he'll be getting the stim drone from the Morales. He can get the D shield from Uther.
Is this going to be a Robo Gobo with the stim drone?
Oh yeah, it's gotta be.
All right. Now
Trey
let's have some fun.
Trey writes how to TLV time to hot slogs.
All
I,
right. This is
I've,
going to be a fun match. As from the West,
oh,
we have Amiona.
I didn't put the draft on the stream. I'm so stupid. Oh well.
Rip.
We talked
Rip.
enough about the draft. They heard what happened.
Basically. So, from the side of C West, we have Amiona playing her level 2 Diablo, apparently. Trave on the Lost Vikings. Johio bringing out the Amazon Nova. Player killer number 1. Karazim, Snail, and Segatai busting out the Junkrat.
Yeah, on the right side here, we've got the East All-Stars. We've got Sea Jelly on the Uther. I make memes on the Gazload. God, that skin, that mask is kind of awful. Pandemona on the Morales. Dark Shadow on the Tyrande. And Thick Mane going to be our Lily player.
Indeed. Quad support Gazlo going up against TLV Nova. Don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, I think if we don't see like Diablo trying to pick people with a 7-sided strike charism on his back, I'll be a little disappointed. As rolling out the turrets quick and early here.
Very much so. Oh, stun. Oh, CJ, he goes down fast thanks to that conk mine from Sid.
Yeah, he was in deep there, and then I was like, yeah, makes sense. Junkrat, rude dude, gets first blood for the side of West. They're looking for vengeance after losing 2-0 in the best of 3 series prior to this.
Flip comes in. So Amiona taking some damage here from that Hunter's Mark.
Yeah,
and that
Lunar
triple
Flare.
support DPS. Meanwhile, Trave just sitting top and bottom with these Vikings, letting the waves push. Sea Jelly on Uther coming down to soak the bottom wave, while Make Memes is up top, doing his thing on Gazlo. Meanwhile, Johio rotating up, looking to get a potential pick with that Nova.
Yeah, this is such a non-standard comp just in general. I'm having trouble deciding where to put the camera a lot of the time. I wonder if we should be, roaming with Nova. Should we be following Diablo Karazim? Is the
Junkrat going down bottom. Nice Hammer of the Light comes in from Sea Jelly, stopping a potential conk mine over the wall.
Yeah, Captain Snail got bullied a bit mid, but is able to get away, and he's going to tap heal on up there. Thick Mane giving Amiona the business.
Saying, screw this, and going after Lily.
Yeah, Amiona has about twice as much health to give as Thick Mane, but
Oh, and a Viking falls down bottom. Dark.
Yeah, that was no fair. It was like 2 heroes versus a quarter of a hero.
Basically. Amiona, the low hero on health. Nice grenade comes in from Medic. But, unlike every other hero here, Diablo's actually a tank and has plenty of HP. And it may be minor, but right now, on the side of C West, Diablo is leading the team in damage dealt.
Oh yeah, level 2 Diablo bringing the numbers. Probably getting a lot of poke value out of that flame stomp.
Kerosene dives in, looking to get some punches in. Nice hammer comes in from Uther to stop that. And the first seed is up right now. Both teams soaking top and also looking to potentially grab this, though no one is currently on it.
Yeah, we have kind of a brawl breaking out bottom here. It's a 4 versus 3 in the bot lane. Amiona has to retreat.
Not only a 4 versus 3, it's a 4 support versus 3. Good luck killing them.
True.
Now, just something small to note for the side of C East. Despite having 4 supports, they do only have 1 support player, and that is Pandemona on that Lieutenant Marine.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed it's not the support player playing the Gazlo. That'd have been a nice
That would have been fun.
change of pace. Snail and company dropping low on the side of West. Amiona charging in on Dark Shadow, but it looks like the channel will probably go through here for the side of East.
Definitely. Conkmon tries to delay, not there though. Now that's one thing that Amiona on Diablo and the rest of C West will run into is good luck killing this comp.
Yeah, absolutely. At least until 10s come online, and even then, you know, it might be up to the Diablo charge stun quest to really get enough burst
Yeah.
damage to get through anything. So with the main tank Uther, do you think he'll be going Divine Shield or will be going Divine Storm?
I personally would love to see a Divine Storm.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And Miona on Diablo falling low here. That hammer comes in, and she does fall to Tyrande.
Yeah, the support's bringing the thunder here, even down level 7s. And that makes sense that
Level
they're...
7, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it makes sense they're down in experience. Lost Vikings soaking all the time, all day, every day.
Very much so. Vikings just doing their thing, soaking a lot of experience. Currently at a 5,700 soaked. Just giving up that bit of an extra lead, let them hit 7 early, and have about a half-level lead right now, despite the picks. And there goes another Viking.
Poor guys, they don't even know where they are. They just keep getting beaten up by all these rude dudes.
Is popping up.
Yeah, East in position here. They're going to go ahead, channel that through. They pick it up. Thick main in deep, but those fast feet going to roll the Panda out of trouble.
Yep. Johio here, though, on the Nova. Does manage to get out. Oh, Lily flipped over. But not much you can do as a Kerosene when you're blinded. Dr. C Jelly, though, in deep, but gets ignored. For now.
Yep, sorry, just fixing my overlay click. People pointing out that this is a meme game. I don't need to be having the score from the series up here anymore.
Point take. Yeah, I'm gonna flip over on the thick main. And Lily's fine. Or is she?
She's a speedy little
Captain
sucker.
Sail chasing around with the blinds. Now, something to note, seed number 3 is up. This would give, I don't even know what to call this. It's not curse, but it would give something over to the side of C East.
Probably just the night phase?
I guess?
Oh, that's what it used to be called.
Just give terrors over to the side of?
Yeah.
There's
Uther
a
got
delay coming in from
picked
Snap.
off there. 10's
Elbow on the flank.
Yeah, a full level lead for West now. I hadn't noticed that really happened so abruptly, but they have 7-sided strikes. Here it comes through.
Lightning breath, 7-sided.
It's triple tap.
And the triple
tap, yeah. Drops the Panda finally.
Got Johio and Snail backing up here, low on health and mana. Looking to refresh there. We'll trade. Sitting up top, doing his Viking thing. Got Eric just sitting in that bush, empowering those siege giants. While Dark Shadow goes top to respond.
Yeah, Dark Shadow knew he was there.
Uh-oh. Run, Eric, run!
Oh no! Rip.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, they did go the long ship, so he won't be... Oh no, it is Play Again. I just don't recognize the logos. I doubt they'll be...
I wanted a long ship.
Yeah.
Snipe comes in to Dr. C Jelly.
Yeah,
The
ate a bunch of
Conch
damage
comes out,
there.
isolates thick main, but Panamona's there on the medic to keep him up. Water Dragon comes out from the Lily.
A 7-sided strike, but a lot of people in it. Nobody takes too much damage. Riptire hopping over the wall. It chunks out Jelly, shoves him back over the wall. Nova, nowhere to be... There she is. Picks up the Uther.
Yep. Meanwhile, I Make Memes grabbing the aggressive Bruiser camp here, which will be pushing onto that bot lane if no one responds. It looks like we do have a Viking there. That is Balog. Going to be best to clear up these before any damage can be done.
Yeah, Lightning Breath
And we
got
did
popped
have a little-
mid.
Yep. Oh. Poor Eric. That is Snail picking up the seed for C West. We do have level 10s online for both teams now. We have Water Dragon from the Lily. We have Divine Storm for the Uther. Starfall for the Tyrande. There's the D-Storm in action now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having
Sitting
trouble
on for
retreating
Miles.
from that fight. Now we have a 7-sided strike.
A
People
bit of
sidestep that.
anti-synergy there. Amiona charges out of Captain Snail's seven-sided with the Lily, so no
Yep.
one getting hit there.
Yeah, Hector is saying in chat, West should have drafted Nova. I apologize, I didn't have the draft up. Anna did get banned in the draft, which is why there's no Anna in this game.
Correct. Was actually banned by the side of C East. I thought they would have wanted her for their support comp.
True. Although, I guess if you're going Robo-Gobo, the CDR isn't
Spell power's
super...
not too helpful.
No. Amiana's still in here brawling with the supports, eating a lot of the CC that the supports have to offer, trying to sustain herself through with a Fire Stomp. There's a 7-sided strike.
7-sided comes in, doesn't hit much. Lightning Breath comes out for Snake now.
Stuck
And
in
Amiona
the
gonna
Starfall.
jump down and will fall, and that is a reset on the souls.
Yeah, there's Riptire Jelly. Chunk down, triple tap coming through, but look how fast his health is recharging. Jeez.
It's almost like they have 3 other supports or something.
East does manage to pick up the first Garden Terrors of the game. So they'll be roaming down the lanes here. Eric falls. Jelly in deep, though. Eats a stun from the Diablo. No flip. Gonna go ahead and make it out, I think.
Yep, Sea Jelly's fine. This many supports, just, you can't kill anything. Oh, the D-Storm into the stun from the Terror.
Amiona kind of...
To the end of Amiona in the back line.
Oh, Tyrande gets the stim drone.
Comes out, though, in a Dark Shadow for that Tyrande.
That, kind of an interesting synergy, actually. It would increase the healing output because she can Q so much more often by out-attacking more.
That is true.
I don't know that that's particularly useful and competitive, but it's a fun, weird synergy we don't normally see.
Snail and Amiona a bit low here.
Yeah, it looks like no tap available. 7-sided strike, just chipping, doing basically nothing to all the supports here. Amiona trying to isolate one so they can do anything about it, but instead Karazim gonna fall here.
Yeah. And this may potentially be the first keep going over the side of C East. Lightning Breath comes out alongside that Riptire. But the only person falling is actually, I was going to say only Amiona, but also Pandemona on that medic falls as well. And CJLly just tanking this. And it turns out a keep is superior to 3 supports.
Yeah, not quite the siege damage they were hoping to have there. You put a lot of damage out onto it, you know. Maybe later they'll come back here and finish the job. But for now, gonna just be retreating on out, waiting for their buddies to respawn.
Is currently up top, dealing with these 3 Vikings. Trade looking to do something, and all he's doing is getting 1, 2,
you know, he's
potentially 3.
He's looking for ult value. I think now he could press R and be satisfied that he used an ult this game. I make memes says clip that.
Chat, you... Captain Snail coming in with those Way of 100 Fists, just dueling with I make memes.
Oh!
The 7-sided comes out and takes him down. I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking.
Someone had to. Oh, Amiona barely gets clipped off by the Starfall. Captain Snail and Segatai in full retreat. Looks like the hunt is off. They're going to turn on to these siege giants.
First, well, another seed is popping. This would be the first seed for the side of C East, which is likely theirs to give as 2 down from the side of C West. Going to be a third, though, as Segatai also falls on that jump.
Siege Giants picked up. Seed looking like it'll be uncontested, as you said. Vikings here. Trabe looking very uncomfortable on the Vikings, I have to say.
Yeah, very much so. Almost looks like he looked up a hot slug guide earlier. What?
Yeah, I don't know how much you've played them. I think I've played them exactly once, and
I've played them enough to get them to level 5, and
Although it was a proud moment when the members of the other team added me after so that I would join them. They were scared of my Lost Vikings, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Wow.
it was
Respect.
it was too much, and I'd had too
Oh.
much to drink to keep doing that.
I make memes getting picked off here by the Diablo after Lily was picked off by the 7th sided from Kerosene. And with the seed spawning in 20, this may be the Garden Terrors going over to the side of C West.
Yeah, excellent picks there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This should be Garden Terrors, and this is where the quadruple support could get punished. You know, they don't, as we saw when they tried to take a keep on bottom, there's not a lot of wave clear to offer.
That is true. It's going to be really up to Gaslow, who is currently down for that 16-second mark. Stimdrone comes out onto that Tyrande, as does a Starfall, and the D-Storm comes out too. But no one falling right now, and it will actually be no one falling yet. A flipper by Diablo. Sea Jelly falls first on that Uther.
But that's his job.
They're aiming for Tyrande next. But those Ghost Uther heals.
Yeah, and the armor, so much value. Pandemona trying to usher her team on out. Junkrat comes through with the tire. Amona might be falling there. See a Diablo. Now Dark Shadow gonna be next.
Yeah, but that does take down 2 from the side of C East, as Diablo does have enough souls to respawn. And this will be a Garden Terror phase going over the side of C West, and that wave clear now really is in question. With Gaslow focusing all his efforts bot, I expect to see mid and top get a bit of value. At least top would if there weren't a Bruiser camp there that cleared it up essentially immediately.
We might have clip round 2 here. Trabe running for his life. Mig Memes is hot on his tail. Vikings just a bit faster.
Mig Memes settles on 2. Doesn't want the 3-peat.
Got a nice snack out of it. Snail charges forward, eats a couple tower shots, realizes that was maybe a mistake. Amiana has completed the Shadow Charge quest there at 13. Yep. Now doing a lot of damage
and
on these squishies.
Explains her quite hefty damage right now.
Oh my gosh.
Comes in for Amiana.
Yeah, between this charge and the lightning breath, that's all kinds of damage.
Speaking of Amiana, she just disappears from our screen.
Yep, and no souls to bring her back this time.
Onto Dark Shadow for that Tyrande. Does end up stopping, but a huge lunar flare comes in, followed out by that Starfall. They're looking to catch up. Kerosene tries dashing away. It's the way of 100 fists.
I make memes was he's so oblivious to that fight coming his way. He's like, no, I'm getting this camp. Oh, just caught the Kerosene and like murdered him with these. It's saws on this skin. Usually it's clamps.
Yeah, by complete accident. And it looks like C East gonna try and take that bottom keep they never had a chance to earlier from those 3 supports. But now Water Dragon comes in, hits all 3 Vikings, jumps again, hits another one from that level 20. Play again coming in, but not enough time to proc it, as all Vikings are down.
Oh, can you not use it if they're all dead?
Correct. You need to have at least 1 Viking alive to use it. Amiona coming in, hits the tap, and
not enough.
Doesn't live. And it looks like C's maybe trying to end here. The question is, do they have enough damage for it?
I don't know that they do, but they have a Gaslow. If they can take out the Gaslow, I think this will be an easy defense. But if not, might be trouble.
Oh, Stimdrone comes in onto that Tyrande for those heals. Oh, poor Kerosene.
Yeah, Captain Snail gets bullied in a corner there.
Yeah, and that may be game here. Gaslow's still up.
Yeah, we've called game before in this series and had it not work out for us. And this is definitely not as certain a one as I might have thought.
But this does look potentially like it's going to be game going over the side of C East. Play again comes in, except it doesn't.
Yep, shield gone, health mostly gone. This is going to be GG. East supreme with quadruple support, Gaslow.
Very much so.
Yeah, good games. They both teams had some fun there in the last one. the actor came through with a clip. Thanks for the raid, Murda. And yeah, other than that, yeah, what were your thoughts on this awesome meme game?
Just it's great to see some heroes you don't see too often. I love the quadruple support from C East showing good luck killing us. And Junkrat did manage just at the end to take away that top damage from Diablo,
Oh,
who had been going all game with that huge amounts of damage from the wall bangs. And Trey may not have been as comfortable in the Vikings, but 22k experience, so
woof.
ain't too bad.
Yeah, not bad indeed. Diablo 7 deaths against the double support or quadruple support comp. It's tough for level 2 Diablo, but hopefully a lot was learned today by Amiona. Nova not getting the picks maybe they were hoping to get out of that again due to everyone you shot just got healed up by the rest of their team.
Yeah, you could see anytime that a C West went in and tried to hit someone and didn't instantly blow them up, in about 2 seconds they were back to.
Yeah, peeking over here at the talent builds, I do like the devastating charge and domination pickup by the Diablo, enabling more bursts because had to try to get through the burst. There was no divine shield to save someone, so the only way you're gonna kill someone is to kill them before they got healed. Other than that, yeah, Charism, the standard kind of damagey build out of him. Nova with the rewind to 20. I didn't see that get a ton of value, but maybe I wasn't looking for
I
it.
think I saw it once at the very end, and it didn't do too much. And that stim drone, we thought it was going to make Gazlo a monster. It ended up making Taronda a monster with even more heals.
Yeah.
And just instantly following up with that Starfall. Just so much damage coming out from her. But not topping the damage on the team. That goes to Lily, actually.
Yeah. Lily, super fun healer. Maybe not the top competitive support pick, but in Hero League or any less coordinated setting, she's very survivable. She's got a lot of healing throughput. Super fun.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
There's so many healing numbers coming out from the side of C West and
Yeah.
C East. Kerosene coming in with 70k for the side of West. Morales beating that, and Lily, Taronda, and Uther both putting up some decent numbers.
Yeah, it's I still think the thing I'm maybe most impressed by though is just the hero damage numbers from most of the supports. Morales, 20,000 was the low bar. And other than that, everyone was, 45 or above.
Yeah, and
they actually outdamaged Karazim.
Yeah, Karazim, the supposed DPS support, was outdamaged by Uther, Taronda, and Lily. Taronda, I can see doing some damage. Uther did go into Holy Shock, so that's potential there. And then Lily just does a lot of support and does a lot of damage in general. You just don't expect it to happen.
Yeah. Well, super fun game. I think we're basically done for today. Do you have any shoutouts you'd like to make or places people can find you when you're streaming, stuff like that?
Not so much. Nah. Just had a great season. Loved seeing these guys play. Shout out to C West and C East for actually putting together an all-star game. This is something that wasn't necessarily planned. It was just happened. They took the initiative and put this all together. And it was great to see these games played like that. It was just really fun. These were great games from both teams and loved seeing it happen.
Yeah, for sure. East, sought revenge for your C West team winning the championship. They dominated today, but I think everybody participating, myself included, had a boatload of fun casting it. Thank you so much for co-casting with me. That was super fun. We should do it again sometime. I assume you'll be back probably next season in NGS in some form or another.
Indeed, I will. Too. I'll be around.
Yeah. And yeah, before I sign off, shout outs again, Roth G and Moist Venus. It rained bits a whole bunch today. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you everybody who followed, everybody who tuned in. Thanks to Murda for the raid. You can find me at this channel, twitch.tv/CodyKraz. I might start casting for Heroes Lounge or something while I wait for next season. So for the most part, if you see me on, it'll probably be casting some sort of competitive HOTS. I don't usually cast personal stuff. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, hopefully you did. Toss a like, subscribe, follow thing, whatever Twitch does. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night.